We're back on the Ladies European Tour as the 2012 circuit reaches its climax with a move from the penultimate event in India to the final tournament of the year in the United Arab Emirates. With a schedule that includes 24 tournaments around the world, the final stop for the stars of the Ladies European Tour was Dubai, one of 7 Emirates world famous for its year-round sunshine, sandy beaches, unique architecture and some of the best golf courses on the planet. It was the Emirates Golf Club that would play host to the 4-day season-ending Omega Dubai Ladies Masters, where a star-studded international field would fight it out for a first prize of €75,000. 12 months earlier, American teenage sensation Lexi Thompson had made history as the youngest winner on both the LPGA and Ladies European Tours when she left Dubai as champion, aged just 16 years old. The world number 24 was back in the Gulf looking to defend her title, eager to keep her hands on the trophy. Thompson would be facing stiff competition, however, since the field included world number 6 Shanshan Feng. The 23-year-old made history herself when she became the first golfer from mainland China to win a major title when she captured the LPGA Championship in June. It was a big tournament too for Spanish rookie Carlota Ciganda, who would begin the final week of the season as the leader of the 2012 ISPS Handa Order of Merit. Only one player, German Caroline Masson, could stop her from winning the LET money list, providing she secured at least a top 3 finish in the desert.
I'm playing good and I'm confident for this week. I know it's not going to be easy to win, but I'm going to try my best and play my best golf.
Named as one of the top 100 in the world, the Marjli course at the Emirates Golf Club was the first all-grass championship layout in the region. Its palm tree-lined fairways set against the stunning Dubai skyline make it easy on the eye, but there were plenty of challenges in store within its 6,425 yards. Golf in Dubai ambassador Laura Davies explained why the par 72 Emirates is one of her favourites.
I like it mainly because every hole's different. You've got a few dog legs right to left, there's a few left to righters, there's water on holes, there's the waste areas come into play on a lot of the holes. But there's no 2 holes where you can get confused because they are all that different. The green shapes are very different. Some of them are bowl shaped, some of them, a little bit you can hit into areas and it'll feed in. It's just a good combination. And 18, I think, is one of the best par 5s in the world. I love that hole. I mean, it's been cruel and kind to me over the years.
Warm sunshine and blue skies greeted the players on day 1, and with that potential moneyless victory in sight, Carlota Ciganda opened with a solid round of 2 under. She arrived at the 18th 1 under par before sinking this birdie putt to sign for a 70. It had been a good start to the 22-year-old Spaniard's week. Defending champion Lexi Thompson fared even better, however, inspired by the good memories from 2011. On 2 under going up the last, the 17-year-old demonstrated power and accuracy with this second shot to the heart of the putting surface at the par 5 18th. She went on to birdie the hole to finish with a 3 under 69. Englishwoman Florentina Parker demonstrated her potential as she worked her way around the Marjli course. She was 4 under as she played this approach on the 13th, and after going on to card yet another birdie, the Hamburg-based star ended the day on 6 under after a fabulous 66. Only one player could match that score, world number 6 Shanshan Feng. The Chinese star looked every inch a major winner and top 10 player by producing a bogey-free round of 66 to join Parker at the top of the leaderboard. This tee shot on the par 3 15th was the kind of accuracy she was producing on her debut at the tournament. She went on to sink the putt with ease to add to another 5 birdies on the 3rd, 8th, 9th, 12th and 16th. It was Feng and Parker who shared the lead on Wednesday night then, but they were only 1 stroke ahead of the likes of Sarah Hassan from Wales, American Cindy Lacrosse and young Czech Klara Spilkova. It was a packed leaderboard with a host of quality players carding 4 under rounds of 68, including the German in the hunt to win the money list, Caroline Masson.
I came with pressure actually, and before the round, I told myself on the driving range, I said I have to be patient, whatever I'm playing well or not. And I was really patient because I was only 1 under through 7 holes. I missed a lot of chances, but I had quite a comeback, so finished with 6 under. I'm really happy about that.
Carlota Ciganda has undoubtedly been one of the standout players of 2012 after the Spaniard captured her first and second LET titles in the Netherlands and in China this season. We talked to the youngster about her development as a golfer during a quite remarkable rookie year.
I would say there are two moments this year. The first one was in Holland when I won there, and it was my birthday on the first day of the tournament, so that was a really special week, and also because it was my first win in the European Tour. And then I could say my second win in China. I played 7 under in Turkey, my third day. That was also a fun day. And other than that, I mean, it has been a great year because not only because of the golf, but also because the people I've met and all the atmosphere here in Europe. I mean, so that was great.
Carlota spent 3 years playing college golf in the US and says she's been feeling much more settled since returning to Europe last May.
I am very, very close to my family, and I always been very close to them. And when I went to the States, it was great there to experience there 3 years playing golf. But I was missing my family, and I was missing my coach. And then to come back this year, it was great because being at home is for me is the best. So it's not only golf. I have just a life where I live, and I think that's very important for my golf.
22-year-old is keen to kick on come the new year, although she has a grounded approach to playing the game and taking one day at a time.
I'm a person that I like to stay in the present. I have goals in life, and I would love to go to the Solheim Cup next year. I would love to be in the top 10 in the world rankings, and I would like to win a major maybe in the LPGA or the British Open. I think that would be amazing. But other than that, I like to enjoy the life that I'm living every moment, and I think if I keep doing this, I can be at the top in the future.
It was a more overcast day in Dubai on Thursday, but that didn't stop the players producing some sizzling golf back on the Majli course on day 2. Once more, Carlota Ciganda appeared to be making steady progress towards a maiden Order of Merit victory with another solid round. Starting on hole 10, the Spanish star played the back 9 first in 1 under par and caught fire on the front 9. This birdie putt dropped on the first, and she went on to pick up shots on the 3rd and the 8th during a round of 68 to leave her 6 under for the tournament. The race for the moneyless took an intriguing turn on Thursday, however, as Ciganda's only rival for the honour, Caroline Masson, started to make a move. Just a few days after securing her card on the LPGA Tour for 2013, the German was clearly brimming with confidence as she matched her opening day score of 68. That left her 8 under overall. Like Masson, England's Felicity Johnson had just secured her LPGA card prior to the Dubai event, and she hit form during her second round too. This fabulous tee shot on 15 enabled her to pick up one of 7 birdies during a 5 under round of 67. Once more though, all eyes were on world number 6 Shan Shan Feng, who really turned on the style on day 2. The putter was working for the Chinese star, who produced 8 birdies, including this one on the first hole, and just 1 dropped shot during a 7 under round of 65 to put her out in front of the chasing pack. Feng held a healthy 4-shot lead at the halfway stage of the tournament, then well clear of her nearest challenger, Flick Johnson. 4 players were 5 back on 8 under. Carlota Ciganda and Laurie Kane were tied for 8th on 6 under, and Jenny Lee's 69 pushed her into a share of 10th.
I had pressure at the first, maybe a few of holes, but then I started with the par and then really easy birdie, like a 2-foot putt for birdie, and then I made another putt on the 3rd hole, and then after that I was fine. And my putting was really good today. You know, I think I learned something maybe from Inbee Park, you know, who is our money queen on the LPGA this year. I played with her many times, and I just never, knew how she could putt that well. And then today, I was talking to my caddy. I said, I learned something.
It was Shan Shan Feng then who'd set the bar high during the opening 2 days at the Omega Dubai Ladies Masters. Could anyone catch the world number 6? The top spot on the ISPS Handa Order of Merit now a real possibility. Caroline Masson was looking a picture of focus and determination as she set about moving further up the leaderboard. Her approach play was superb at times as she put together a round of 69 to move to 11 under overall. The dream was very much still alive. After 2 opening rounds of 68, Frenchwoman Gladys Nocera was another moving in the right direction. She was producing some nice touches with the putter, including this effort on the 10th green, which took her to 11 under for the tournament. By the end of play, she'd picked up another stroke to sign for a third successive 68. After a relatively slow start to the tournament, Dutchwoman Davy Schreifel produced the round of the week on Friday. She already had 8 birdies on the card by the time she took on the par 5 18th, and this approach was a good example of the quality she'd been producing all day. Another birdie on the card and a tournament record 9 under 63 in the bag. Schreifel's 63 reduced Shan Shan Feng's lead at the top of the leaderboard for a brief period, but it wasn't long before the Chinese star was pulling away from the pack once more. She was composed and poised during her third round, and the results at times were brilliant, such as this tee shot at the par 3 11th. After starting Friday on 13 under, she ended it another 5 shots better off after a 67 left her on 18 under for the week. Feng had the luxury of a 5-shot lead over Davy Schreifel to take into the final day then, with Nocera 1 shot further back on 12 under. Laura Davies hit form on Friday with a fine 66 to leave her in the mix on 8 under for the tournament.
I think I've done pretty well for 3 days, and I think I'm going to stick on my same game plan. And like I said earlier, my goal is just top 5, so it's no pressure.
Like her rival for first place on the ISPS Handa Order of Merit, Carlota Ciganda, Germany's Caroline Masson has enjoyed a breakthrough season of her own. She won the South African Women's Open in July and aims to push on over the coming months.
It was my 3rd year, and finally I got my first win in South Africa, which was great. It was close. I just won by 1 shot, so it was nice, to just finish well and get that first win. Have a lot of less pressure next year, because I got my card for 2 years. So that was definitely, I think, the highlight of the year. And then getting my LPGA card last week, it's just great to get that opportunity to play over there and kind of take the next step. I've started with a new caddy beginning of the season with Ollie Reddick, and I think it worked well this year. But coach is still the same for the last, 11 years, I think. And I'm not a big fan of changing, the people around me a lot, so it works out well. I think I'm actually mentally all right. I always try to figure it out myself, and yeah, I think it's important as well that you learn for yourself what you have to do, because everyone's different. I think it's difficult that people want to tell me what to do, I think everyone's different, and yeah, I figured that out. I think, I'm playing better and better, and I'm in contention more often, and the last rounds get better, so I think, yeah, it's all a learning process really, and yeah, I try to do better every time, and I think that works out well.
Masson has targeted a place in the next 2 Solheim Cup teams, particularly in 2015 when the event is held in Germany.
There's one Solheim before that, but I think you know, being in the 2013 Solheim Cup would be, you know, just give me a great position for the next years as well. You know, just having played before, not being a rookie anymore, and it's definitely one of my goals to play in that 2015 Solheim Cup. It's being played at Golf Club St. Leon Roth, where I'm practicing right now. You know, it's a great golf club, and I'm sure that it's going to be huge for German golf. It will be awesome. So yeah, it's definitely one of my goals to be on that team there.
Frenchwoman Gladys Nocera and Davy Schreifel were the closest players to the overnight leader Shanshan Feng then, as they prepared to take on the Majli course one last time. For Feng, it was a case of finishing the job as she began her final round with a healthy 5-shot lead. Once more, the players were treated to perfect weather conditions, and joining me, Lee Goodall, in the commentary box was LET professional Karen Lunn. We're going to join the action on the 8th hole with Shanshan Feng. Karen, how has it been having this young lady on the tour this week?
Well, obviously, any time you have a major champion in the field, it's obviously great for the event. Now, she's a very exciting young prospect. Won our event at Mission Hills in China earlier in the year, won the LPGA Championship, and she's dominated here this week. She's played some great golf tee to green.
Yeah, certainly lived up to her billing as the star attraction. As we take a look at Davy Schreifel, the young Dutch woman, 14 under, 1 under for the day at this stage.
Yeah, this is a big day for Davy. I know she was very nervous last year playing in the last round of the British Open in one of the last groups, and hasn't got too much experience of this. Tied for 4th in Holland earlier in the year in the Dutch Open, which obviously a very big event for her.
Showed what she's capable of yesterday with that 63, so if she can produce the same kind of golf today, could trouble the leader. Over to Gladys Nocera in the sand on the same hole, the 8th.
Yeah, Gladys just not being able to get anything going in this last round. All pars so far. A very difficult bunker shot here on the 8th. You see the ball there a long way below her feet, and just couldn't get good contact, and that's gone across the green, and it's going to be very tricky up and down there for her bogey.
Not impressed with the end result, not surprisingly. Over to the 9th. Cindy Lacrosse, the American, another player who's had a good week so far. 1 under for the day.
Yeah, this is Cindy's first trip to Dubai. She's really enjoying the week. Just in her 3rd year as a professional, and had a pretty good year on the US Tour. No top 10s, but a couple of top 20 finishes.
And it's all about, Karen, whether any of these players can chase down Feng, really, such a lead going into this final day.
Well, she's a proven front runner, and as I said before, a major champion, so she's not going to give it to them. Someone's going to have to shoot a really low score today if they're going to have any chance of catching her.
Back to Nocera, her 4th shot on the 8th.
Yeah, it's uphill, that's the thing in her favour, but she's hit that a little bit too hard, I think.
Yeah, still with some work to do. It's what will be a bogey putt on the par 4 8th.
Yeah, I think it's been a frustrating week for Gladys. I actually played the first 2 rounds alongside her, and she played some great golf tee to green and just couldn't make the putts.
Now all eyes will be on Caroline Masson today, just to make it clear she has to secure at least the share of 2nd place, Karen. That's right, isn't it? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, obviously the Order of Merit title up for grabs. Carlotta Segander out on the course already, and really it's out of Carlotta's hands. If Caroline finishes 2nd on her own, she wins. It's that simple. But there's obviously a lot of other permutations if there's ties involved as well.
Back to Schreifel, the Dutch woman.
Well, this is probably the strongest part of Davy's game, I'd say. Her putting, her short game is very, very solid. The commentator's curse strikes again. And she has putted really well this week. Obviously yesterday, that course record 63, a great round of golf. In quite tricky conditions. There was a little bit of breeze out there in the afternoon yesterday. A very promising player, Davy. She works very, very hard on a game with a caddy, Pete Godfrey. They've been working a couple of years together, and they're a great team out there.
Nocera with the bogey putt. Yeah, she's made it. Well, at least a positive end to a tricky hole for the Frenchwoman. Back to 11 under.
And Gladys without a win since 2008, and she desperately wants to get another win on tour.
Another birdie chance for Feng, and makes no mistake. And that's the kind of golf she's producing all week in Dubai. On to 20 under. That's some score, Karen.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this golf course is just not that easy.
Carlotta Segander on the 15th tee 3 under for the day. But she really needs to push on a little more, Karen, doesn't she, just to make life harder for Masson.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she has 4 holes left, and I would say, depending on what Caroline Masson does, she probably needs to birdie a couple of these final 4 holes, and that's a good start. A little bit unlucky, that just stopped on her quite quickly there.
Masson's started well as well. She's playing well today. She birdied the 2nd, the 5th, the 7th and the 8th, so doing everything right so far, putting the pressure on.
Yeah, she is, and it's a great golf considering the pressure she was undergoing out there today. She knew exactly what she had to do, and so far she's really putting the pressure on Sagander.
Let's see what the Spaniard can do on the 15th green.
I mean, what a year she's had this year. 2 wins, a bucket load of top 10 finishes, and she could become the first player since Laura Davies to win the Rookie of the Year and the ISPS Hand of Money list in the same season. It'd be an amazing achievement.
Now, if this drops, this takes Masson into 2nd outright. That's the target for her today, remember. She wants to finish at the top of the money list, and that's exactly what she does. She's motoring along today very nicely indeed. 15 under now. Still some distance from Shan Shan Feng, though, the leader. 20 under now for the week.
Yeah, just a couple under on a round, but that's all she had to do when you go out with such a big lead. All you have to do really is just play sensibly, and then if the others chase you, well, so be it. And she's played really, really sensible golf out there today.
It's not beyond the realms of possibility, of course, that Davy Schreifel could catch the Chinese player, particularly since she shot that 63 yesterday.
Yeah, she's obviously very confident and playing well, and hit 2 really big shots here on this 10th hole today. It's 523 yards, and she's got it in the greenside bunker in 2 and very nearly holed that bunker shot for an eagle.
Great effort from the Dutchwoman, enjoying her golf once more in the sunshine. Feng with the birdie putt, this to go to an incredible 21 under.
Yeah, she played this hole the conservative route, laying up to her favourite yardage, pitching it close, and we haven't seen her miss many putts this week. She's pretty much held everything she's looked at. And
no lapse in concentration from the world number 6. Haven't seen too many of those, Karen, as you say, this week. But should remain on 20 under, and indeed she does. Schreifel with a birdie chance. Masson, remember, already on 15 under, so this to join Masson in a share of 2nd.
This punch should break a little bit from her right. No mistakes there.
On to 15 under then, 5 off the leader Feng. It's hotting up in Dubai. Welcome back to the Omega Dubai Ladies Masters. We're looking at pictures of Lexi Thompson, the defending champion. Rounds of 69, 68 and 72 so far this week. Hasn't quite reproduced the golf she showed us this time last year, Karen.
No, I mean, last year she was on fire, wasn't she? I mean, she really, really made the rest of us look pretty ordinary. She's such a talented young player. Shocked the golfing world a couple of years ago at the Evian Masters, when as a 15-year-old she finished 2nd. And is that going to be a hole-in-one?
It's going to go pretty close, just short. Over to Becky Brewerton, another player playing well today. Played the front 9 in 5 under, 7 under for the round.
Well, what a round of golf Becky Brewerton's got going here, and it's so nice to see her back in some good form. She's had a terrible year by her usually very high standards.
Caroline Masson on the 12th, going along very nicely, but in all sorts of trouble here, Karen.
Yeah, she hit a tee shot down the left of the fairway, and it looked like it got lost in one of the palm trees, so she had to go back to the tee, hit it in trouble again, and that was actually a 5th shot, so she's in danger of dropping at least a couple of shots here, so this really could change the situation completely.
Yeah, it could be a key passage of play in the race to win the money list.
And Carlotta Sagander here on 18, 511 yards par 5. She's one of the few players with the length to get home here in 2, and she's going for it. She would have seen the scoreboards and seen that Masson has got herself in a tie for 2nd, and she knows she needs to finish in that top 10 if that's the case. could all hang on this shot. Well, 2 great hits there to carry it onto this green in 2. And she's given herself a chance for an eagle, and if that goes in, you never know, that could be good enough.
Hanging in the balance at the moment, but Masson needs to... a bit of damage limitation on this 12th hole.
Well, she just has to compose herself. She'll be devastated. I mean, she came out this morning knowing exactly her situation, where she had to finish. She's done all the hard work, and just one bad swing and it can all go wrong so quickly.
That short putt will be for a triple bogey. Back to Sagander with a long eagle putt on the 18th.
And if this goes in, this would be a top 10 finish and could be good enough. That's a great putt though.
Judged to perfection by the Spaniard, and that'll be another birdie on the card. Go back to Masson on 12. This for a 7 on this par 4 12th.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky hole. There's a lot of trouble off the tee, and that's an absolute disaster there for Caroline.
Back to Sagander on the 18th with what should be a tap in for birdie. And another round of 68. Another good week for the Spaniard, Karen. It's just a waiting game now for her.
Yeah, she's done all she can. She knew she had to shoot probably 67 or 68 today, and she's come out and done that and given herself a chance. Now it'll be a long wait in the clubhouse. She won't know what's going on the 12th hole behind her.
Yeah, just a case of sitting down in front of the TV and watching a good friend, Caroline Masson, who's now playing the 13th. This is her 3rd shot on the par 5 13th.
Yeah, this 13th hole's the longest of the par 5s. Very few players can reach this into. She'll just be having to try and control her, I guess, the stuff going on in her head. I mean, she's just got to be devastated, but somehow she's got 6 holes left. She's got to try and make some birdies.
Yeah, you can tell by the look on her face, can't you? She's going through it right now as we go back to Brewerton, who, by contrast, has had a wonderful day's golf. And finish in a flourish, not quite, but still a very good round for the Welshwoman. Par on the 18th. And that should be a round of 65.
Yeah, it's a great final round from Becky, and that will be comfortably her best finish of the year. A nice way she can go home and put her feet up and enjoy the 5 or 6 week break she has before heading back down to Australia.
Masson needs to start making some ground on Sagander. Remember, she needs that share of second at the very least. Share of second with one other player.
Yeah, she needs birdies now. She's had a fair share of disappointments this year as well. She's had a great year, breakthrough win in South Africa, but she's also had 2 very tough playoff losses. The first one to Carly Booth in Switzerland, and then to Stacey Keating in Tenerife. Great year, they're so consistent.
Yeah, I guess it's how you look at it, isn't it? You could say it's disappointing on one hand, but solid on another. She's been up there week after week this year, and that's why she's so close to the top of the order of merit.
Yeah, very solid. 4 second places, as well as that win in South Africa for her.
Nobody anywhere near Shan Shan Feng, though, at the moment. Still 20 under for the tournament. It's beginning to look like a victory procession for the Chinese start.
Yeah, she's just playing very smart golf. She's not taking any risks, hitting the middle of the greens. Didn't take that pin on. She doesn't need to at this stage. Fairways and greens and a couple of putts coming in, and the trophy will be hers. Somebody really needs to do something special, I think, over these closing 6 holes if they're going to catch her.
Playing alongside Davy Schraefel, of course. 14 under at the moment.
Yeah, get a good look at Davy's swing here. Very good setup position. Pretty much a textbook golf swing, really. Takes it back on a good plane, turns through it nicely. Just pulled that one a little bit. That's a pretty disappointing result from that kind of distance. Again, a tricky pin to get at, though. Tucked in that right corner of the green.
Canadian Laurie Kane began the day on 10 under, Karen. She's had a good week too.
Yeah, she has. Laurie came here and played in Dubai last year, enjoyed it so much, come back again for another go this year. She also played our event in India last week, so enjoys playing all over the world. Won an awful lot of money playing stateside most of her career. Been a great competitor for many, many years.
Smile on her face as ever. That's how it stands at the moment. It's all really about whether Masson can join Schroeffel in second. That's the subplot today.
Oh, really good drive she's hit down here on 14. Caroline hits the ball a long way off the tee, just a short iron in, and almost impossible to get the ball close to that left pin location there. Giving herself a chance of a birdie. You can see there her shoulders have dropped, haven't
Just struggling mentally, isn't she, at the moment after that. Fang on the 13th green. Birdie chance for the Chinese player. It's not far away.
Well, that's all she has to do at the moment, isn't it? Pars will be good enough. Shan, or Jenny as she likes to be called. She's made up an English name for herself, as many of the Chinese players do.
Talking about how she was feeling the pressure at the start of the week, but it certainly hasn't showed out on the course. Playing partner Schroeffel with a birdie chance. This would take her to 15 under.
Yeah, all of a sudden Davy Schroeffel finds herself in second place on her own, and if that would have finished, that'll be her best finish on tour, and another one goes in.
Yeah, and that could be a significant part in the subplot today, the race for the money list. Well, it hasn't done Caroline Masson any favours, that ball dropping.
Well, it certainly hasn't. It puts her 5 behind with 5 to go, so you just never know in this game. If she makes a few birdies and Shan makes a couple of bogeys, it could all change very quickly.
Kane with her own long birdie putt.
Yeah, Laurie Kane's been one of the best putters I've ever had the privilege of playing with over many, many years. Really solid golfer, but when you putt like she does, the game becomes very easy. Here with her partner Danny, and they're really enjoying the time in Dubai, as are all of the players. We love coming here. Beautiful weather, great golf courses, good shopping, so much to do. It's the perfect holiday destination.
They're going to drop. Oh, just short. And she needs those putts to drop right now. She needs to start making a move.
Yeah, you can see she's living and dying by every shot at the moment, isn't she? She's still so angry with herself for that mistake on the 12th. So difficult to pick yourself back up after that.
Over to 14. Schroeffel's second into this par 4.
And Davies hit a good tee shot here down the left-hand side. She won't get a very good look at the pin from there. You really need to be on the right-hand side to be able to carry the ball all the way there. She did though, and that's a very good iron shot she's getting there. This 14th green is very firm, and she's done well to stop it that quickly. Really good player, Davies. She's really starting to feel comfortable on the big stage, and that just comes with experience. The more times you're up there in the leading groups, the more you feel comfortable. I'm going to hear a lot more of her in the next few years, I'm pretty sure of that.
The leader Fang playing the 14th as well.
Yeah, big drive here. She will get a good look at this pin.
That's a fine result.
She really has played beautifully this week. Very, very few mistakes.
Masson on the 15th tee now, 13 under for the tournament. 2 off the second place player, Davy Schroeffel.
Just over 170 yards today. It was probably a 5 or a 6 iron for Caroline. She's one of the longer hitters on tour. Just pulled it a touch, but she will be putting up the hill from there.
To Schroeffel on the 14th green, just drifts past. The birdie putt.
And you kind of feel with Fang in there close, she kind of had to make that one. There's also an awful lot of cash up for grabs. Apart from talking about the Order of Merit, there's something like a €50,000 cheque for the second place. There's a lot of cash on the line here.
Yeah, 75,000 for the champion this week. Fang with a chance to move to 21 under. This would give her a 6-stroke lead. Just an eagle and a birdie on the card today, but as we've been saying all day, she already did the hard work before the final round began.
Yeah, she's led this tournament since about lunchtime on Wednesday afternoon, so really been impressive.
Yeah, Florentina Parker stayed with her for the opening day. They were the overnight leaders. Masson rolls one up to the 15th hole.
Yeah, well, she's really running out of holes now, isn't she? She would have seen these leaderboards every hole on these last few holes. She would have seen what Davy Schrefel's doing.
This for par. Caroline Masson. She stays on 13 under. She's 2 behind Schreffel, and Schreffel is 6 behind the leader, Fung. Welcome back to the Emirates Golf Club during the final round of the Omega Dubai Ladies Masters. Caroline Masson still in the hunt to win the ISPS Handa Order of Merit money list, but time's running out for the German.
Yeah, I think at the moment she's going to need a lot of help from Davy Schreffel. That was her third shot on this very short par 4, 17th hole. So that's going to be a par putt there for Caroline.
Schreffel back on 16. Still 2 clear of Masson.
Yeah, the players behind Shanshan haven't really had a sniff at victory today. She's just really put them to bed. She's played very solid golf, no mistakes at all.
No, she's kept them at arm's distance most of the week, really, hasn't she? Apart from that opening day. Made a move on day 2 and then opened the gap on the 3rd day.
Yeah, this has pretty much been a battle for second place most of this afternoon, really. A battle that Davy's winning at the moment.
Long birdie chance for the leader. This to move to what would be an incredible score of 22 under. Well on course for a record low score at this tournament. It's 7th year, the Dubai event. Masson with a long putt for par. Surely if this slips past Karen, she can kiss the money list goodbye.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this putt has to go in, and I think she probably has to make an eagle on 18. She certainly has the length to reach the 18th hole in 2, but this is a must make. And I think that is the money list out the window.
Started so strongly today, but I'm sure she'll look back on the 12th hole as where it started to unravel.
Yeah, it's a shame. She did all the hard work. She knew exactly what she had to do early on. She made the birdies she needed to, and in this game things can change so quickly. One bad swing, triple bogey, and still going to be a great week for her. Looking like a top 5 finish at the moment, but that's not what she came for. I think her and Carlotta Sigander have both played very well this week, considering the pressure on them. We saw last year a battle between Mel Reid and I think it was Caroline Hedwell for the exemption ranking title. Very similar situation. And this is for a bogey here on 17. And it's certainly a hole. You walk to the tee and there's definite birdie opportunity to make a bogey there. And I think she knows in her heart now the dream's over.
Davy Schreffel will be hoping to finish with a flourish here in Dubai. A wonderful week for her. Finds another green on the 17th. And I'm sure she'll have enjoyed playing alongside Fung today. Perhaps learnt a thing or two from the Chinese player.
Yeah, she's been so impressive today, hasn't she? It's not easy to come out with a big lead. It's always difficult to know whether to keep playing aggressively as you have done all week or just play a little bit more conservatively. And her course management today really has been superb. Middle of the fairway, middle of the green, and just another great iron shot. She's really played some great golf this week.
Yeah, very few errors from the world number 6. It's been a masterclass, really.
And she won't be world number 6 for much longer if she keeps playing golf like this. She's a real force to be reckoned with in the women's game.
Schreffel with a chance to close the gap a touch. Birdie putt on the 17th. This to move to 16 under. Is that dropping? It is. Wonderful putt from the Dutch woman. What can her playing partner do? Fung with her own birdie chance.
If you get another birdie here on 17. Oh, she just didn't quite hit that. Sometimes it's difficult to lose your concentration and lose focus as well when you have such a big lead with a couple of holes to play. You're thinking about your winner's speech, you're thinking about your celebrations, and it is very easy just to lose focus.
Yeah, she's done a good job today. Maintained that advantage throughout the round, really. So we move back to Masson on the 18th, par 5. Third shot into the green.
Yeah, Caroline here laying up in 2. She has the length to definitely reach this in 2, but driving it into the rough, having to pitch it out, and just knocked it on there about 40-50 feet away, and that'll be a very long birdie chance.
Further back down the last hole of this Marjley course, the leader Shang Fung.
Yeah, Shan Shan just laying up here. There'll be no heroics, just knock it out, knock it on, and wait for that prize giving and get the beautiful trophy here and the cheque for €75,000 on offer. What a year she's had. A win in China on the Ladies European Tour early in the year, a major championship, and now it looks like the Dubai Ladies Masters will be hers.
Masson finishing off her round. Birdie putt on the 18th. Just swings off to the right. It should be a par on the card for the German, but you can see the disappointment on her face. Just didn't quite happen today.
And I'm sure she might be a little bit tired too. She had a long trip from the States early on in the week, and perhaps that's just taken its toll on the back nine on Sunday.
Schroeffel amongst the palm trees on the 18th fairway.
Well, she laid up too far. There's water there, and well, I'm not sure if that's a good layup or a bad layup, but it's safe, and
I think she'd say it was perfect.
and barring any disasters, this is going to be Davy Schroeffel's best finish on either tour. She plays both tours. Played really well this week. Great performance.
Masson wraps up her round then. It's a par on the final hole. She started so strongly, but clearly disappointed.
Yeah, she came so close. Still a great year there for Caroline. Got a first win under her belt, and I've no doubt at all there's going to be plenty more trophies in her trophy cabinet over the next few years.
And that confirms that it will be Carlota Ciganda who will be crowned the winner of the money list for 2012. As Fung plays into the heart of the 18th green.
She has been so impressive, hasn't she, this week? I think her caddy Merce has been a big help to her as well. They joined up about 18 months ago, and they've had great success together. This is an awkward distance for Davy Schroeffel here, just a 50 or 60 yard pitch over the water. Most players would much prefer to have a fuller shot in, and she's done pretty well, and she wasn't going to do anything silly there either.
The Princess arriving in time for the prize-giving fund here in Dubai. Schroeffel rolls up her birdie putt. And now Fung's chance to finish in style.
Yeah, it's always nice to finish off a tournament holding a long putt, but I'm sure she's going to be a very happy young lady tonight.
This to end the week on 22 under par. No, not this time. But she's holed a fair few of those this week. It's been very impressive, all departments of her game.
Well, normally on the 72nd hole on Sunday afternoon there's a fair bit of pressure on one of these putts, but Davy's got a few up her sleeve, so this putt fairly meaningless, but she'll want to hole it, finish the year off in style. And very valuable Solheim Cup points as well for Davy Schroeffel this week, which I know is a big goal of hers for next year.
Finishes on 16 under for the tournament. Wonderful 63 on day 3, remember. And she has second place. So a par on the last for Fung, and what a performance from the world number 6. The favourite at the start of the week, she has delivered and wraps up a 5-stroke victory. How impressed have you been with her, Karen?
Well, you can definitely see why she's touted as the next big thing in women's golf. She's been so impressive this week. Everything, her course management, her play, great golf.
Feng's margin of victory represented the lowest winning total in the tournament's history. The favourites had delivered in some style. Carlota Siganda's share of 10th, meanwhile, was enough to secure her the ISPS Handa Order of Merit title in her rookie season. It was the 8th professional victory of Feng's career and her 2nd LET title of the year, after she won in China in March.
I mean, it's my first time to Dubai ever, and I think, I didn't know much about Dubai, but I think now I'm in love with it. And I really like everything here. I liked, how the golf courses are built, and I like how, the big shopping malls are. I am going shopping later, so I'm really happy.
Later that evening, Carlota Siganda was presented with a cheque to mark her victory in the ISPS Handa Order of Merit.
I played great this year and I wasn't really aware of what I was doing. So I'm very happy with my rookie year, with the way that I played, and now I just want to enjoy it and have fun with my friends.
All in all then, it had been a fitting end to an entertaining season, and the event also marked the appointment of the new CEO of the Ladies European Tour, Ivan Kodabash.
I think women's golf has a huge potential. It is still a lot of development which can be done. It's a fantastic product with fantastic players. I had yesterday a first meeting with the players. It was a very warm welcome. I was very happy about that. And one thing I really stressed is the great thing about the Ladies European Tour is it's owned by the players. So it's about us together making this tour, grow, develop, and become very strong.
Carlota Siganda made history by becoming the first player since Laura Davies 27 years ago to claim the ISPS Handa Order of Merit and Rookie of the Year titles in the same season. Davies' share of 16th in Dubai helped her finish at the top of page 2 in 9th position. Frenchwoman Gladys Nocera was another to enjoy a good week in the UAE, and that helped her end the season in 17th place. Caroline Masson sits at the top of the race to secure a place in the European Solheim Cup team for the 2013 competition in the US. There's confirmation of Carlota Siganda's sensational first full season on tour, a winner by a country mile in the Rolex Rookie of the Year race. And Dubai champion Feng consolidates her position at number 6 in the Rolex World Rankings. Our thanks to Karen Lund for joining us for commentary duties throughout 2012. Thanks for joining us during the season, and we look forward to your company once more in 2013. Until then, it's bye for now.